What's going on in social media checking? Yeah. Chop, wake up! Chop, chop! Chop, wake up!
To everybody.
You been awake?
Yeah, we listening to everybody.
I thought when I go and answer immigration questions, you guys take a nap for 45 minutes.
No. Actually, a lot of people were asking me, what the heck is a sister wife?
I didn't know what a sister wife was. I thought at first she was saying it's my sister married.
I was like, Brad,
I thought it was two different sisters married the same man.
It's a side chick.
Yes.
Show. What's the HBO show with the four wives? There's one. I'm gonna send it to you later.
What does they call it when people big love?
Polygamy.
But not polygamy.
Polyamorous.
But so you're
polyamorous.
What was that congresswoman? What was that congresswoman from California? She was with another woman, but a man too. Was it a triumvirate?
You a throuple?
A throuple, yes. They were a throuple.
Oh, a throuple.
I didn't know if they were a throuple or not, but this particular caller was not a throuple because she was not with the other woman.
Right, she wasn't with. Wasn't with the.
Right, it wasn't a throuple.
No, it wasn't.
Right.
All right. Let's go.
By the way, I've been married. Okay. I love women. I love all women.
Yes.
Why would anybody want more than one wife? I can barely take the stress of one wife. One wife. You can just.
There's some people that can
how can you handle the stress of more than one wife?
Because you know what? Usually when it's like that, the girls have an understanding.
Right.
I know somebody who has a throuple situation. He's a celebrity.
Right. So then because they got the throuple situation, basically everybody's kind of much more casual.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only way. You can't have two nagging wives.
Yeah, so, woo. All right, social media check-in. What do we got?
All right, our first one comes from Adrian Inc. 7 from IG saying, my EAD will expire in December of 2020. When should I file for a renewal?
4 months before.
Okay, Miles 7 from YouTube asks, who is eligible for DACA?
If you were here prior to June 15th, 2007, and you were here for 5 years, and you were at least under 16 at that time, and you graduated high school.
All right, Brian D. Son on Facebook saying, who can rightfully sign and submit a DS-260 form?
Who can? The person getting the green card.
I have Mary Turfast on YouTube. My father won the DV lottery this past year. Once he gets his green card, can he sponsor me for citizenship?
He can sponsor you for a green card.
Okay, Anna K. Foster on IG saying, if I want to adopt my niece from Jamaica, what is the cutoff age?
You have to do an orphan petition. Don't go adopt your niece in Jamaica. You will never get her here, because if you go to do the adoption in Jamaica, not only do you have to prove that the adoption happened before 16, but you also have to prove that you lived in the same household with the child and you had legal guardianship for 2 years. So really you want to do an orphan petition. Hopefully you can, the mother and father out of the picture, or you can strip the mother and father of their parental rights and bring the child up here. That's the safer, easier, faster way to do it. And 16, by the way, is the answer.
Cool.
The next one comes from Opal Edwin on Facebook, and they ask, if I applied for the DS-260 from my home country, do I have to wait until I get the U.S. to apply for a social security number?
Yes.
All right, next one from YouTube, Ngozi Chiakuyaze. I don't know if I said that right. If I have my 10-year green card, am I qualified to file for my children?
Yes.
These are good speed round questions. Shoot.
Yeah. So this one comes from T. Macy's and on YouTube, and they ask, is accepting unemployment benefits considered a public charge?
No.
Amen.
We're doing the speed round right now, but we might as well call this the slow round.
Hey, speed round better be on point.
Yeah.
All right, Amen 19 IG saying, how can I get my social security number?
Apply to the Social Security Bureau.
This is certainly a speed round.
Yeah.
All right, this next one comes from Mommy Yabi on Instagram, and they ask, can I apply for FAFSA with my work permit?
What? I don't know what FAFSA is.
That's financial aid.
Financial aid
No, financial aid for students. No, you have to get a green card.
for student.
You have to get a green card for that.
Okay. Next one is Versatile Lifestyles on YouTube saying, what's the best insurance I can buy as an immigrant?
Oh, I look like an insurance broker. I have no idea.
I mean, listen, listen. You give people financial advice. You give them relationship advice. So why not?
I don't know what's the best. I don't even know what insurance is. There's car insurance, health insurance,
Divorce court in here sometimes.
the health insurance, malpractice insurance. You say the wrong words to somebody, insurance, renters. There's lots of different insurance. I don't know.
This next one comes from Rita Suwankambo on YouTube. Sorry if I messed that up. If I applied for asylum in February of 2019, when can I expect an interview?
They're going backwards. They're very, very slow right now. Hopefully soon. I don't have the exact answer, and because of coronavirus, it's even slowed down more.
All right, Elizabeth on IG saying, my husband's name is spelled differently on his birth certificate than it is on our marriage license. Will this be a problem at our immigration court day, and how can we fix this?
You could amend the marriage certificate, and hopefully it's amended by the time you get to the interview. If not, you can go in at least and say, we've applied to amend it. There was an error on the marriage certificate.
The next one comes from Millie Perez on Facebook. If I am a citizen and my two sons are 30 years old and both have daughters, can I file for my sons?
If they're 30 years old and have daughters, if you have a green card and they're single, you can. If they're married and you're a citizen, you can.
Yeah, she's a citizen. I think she's trying to file for her sons.
Yes, of course. Why wouldn't she be able to?
Maybe she just thought because they have kids.
They're older, and they have kids.
All right, Antonio Tandro on YouTube saying, if I have a pending I-360 and already have prima facie currently on Haitian TPS, can I still apply for DACA?
If you are on Haitian TPS, you can apply for DACA, yes.
With a pending I-360?
Yes. But if you have a pending I-360, why don't you just file an adjustment?
Right. That's...
The next one comes from Maria to Bangura on YouTube. Can someone with a B1, B2 get work authorization?
No.
Lala Legendary on IG saying, is it safe to travel with all the ongoing bans and holds on U.S. immigration?
Good question. If you do travel, you'll get a couple days notice on bans and holds and everything in advance. So it's not that all of a sudden you wake up at 2 o'clock and Trump signs something and says, okay, you have 45 minutes to get back to America. They'll give you a couple of days and, make sure you get back if you got to watch the news every day.
Alrighty, next one comes from Alex Smith on YouTube. Can I be denied a green card if I did not file taxes on my own but filed joint with a U.S. citizen spouse after marriage?
If you did not file taxes on your own but filed after marriage, if you worked and you didn't file a tax return, perhaps. If you weren't working, then no. It depends on if you're working, you got to file a tax return.
Okay, Presley Elvis on YouTube saying, if I filed the I-360 and I-485 simultaneously in February 2020 and was approved for the EAD card, which I have yet to receive, what can I do?
Wait for the EAD card and then wait for your green card, which doesn't come until 2022.
The next one comes from Matthew Dodson on YouTube, and they asked, my husband's case was moved to ready to schedule for an interview about 8 weeks ago, and we still have yet to get an update. Can you tell us what's going on?
Yeah, coronavirus.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Coronavirus is going on. They ain't scheduled it that fast.
Right. Myra Maldonado
Yes.
on YouTube. My husband filed the I-212, the I-212 waiver, and it was approved. If he lives in Mexico, what are the chances of getting a visa to come here to the U.S.?
I have no idea why he got deported, why he's inadmissible to the United States. I don't know enough about it to tell you. So the chances of getting a waiver approved are generally not good. If you have a good lawyer, maybe it's better. If you have a strong case, maybe better. Filling out a form, asking me, I filled out a form, will I get approved? Only the magic 8-ball knows the answer of, I filled out a form, will the form be approved? I don't know the answer.
Right.
How would I know?
That means hire you.
Correct.
That's a good suggestion.
Yes.
Next one comes from Yomex Favor on Instagram, and they ask, if my asylum case is in judiciary review, can I still adjust my status on my marriage? The review at the 9th Circuit isn't finalized yet.
You have to file an I-130 visa petition, get the I-130 approved, and then make a motion to reopen your deportation case. And hopefully all that's done before the 9th Circuit decides on your case, because you've been ordered deported already.
Matthew Dotson on YouTube saying, I work for an airline. I have until tomorrow to take the early out option. I'm trying to line up a new job. Can I take this package and avoid possible layoffs with no benefits? Yeah, dog.
You're asking me whether I don't know what. You're asking me whether or not you should take the package or it still work and hope not get laid off. I don't know. I was an insurance broker and now I'm a financial advisor.
I told you.
What do I look like, Merrill Lynch here?
You're doing great, Brad.
Okay.
You're doing great.
Doing great.
Yes, thank you.
Sunday is a nice Happy New Year on YouTube. If I went for my first interview in July of 2019 and there is still no decision on my case, what should I do?
2019 and no decision? What kind of
July
case is it?
2019.
What kind of case is it?
They just went to a first interview.
What is-
I can't tell you what case it is.
It's obviously coronavirus is the answer. Every time someone asks a question that is so open-ended that there would be impossible, my answer is coronavirus. Next.
Details,
Yes.
friends. Brad can only answer your questions if he knows specific details.
Right. All right, guys. Here, Gladdy Kim on YouTube. If a husband and wife file their asylum different years and one is granted first, can the one granted petition file for the one not yet granted, or will they do his or her own interview?
You can withdraw the one that's not granted, and you can include your husband in your current asylum and then adjust your status to green cards 1 year later.
Okie doke. Aluwal Oki on YouTube. Bearing the COVID-19 disturbance, can you please illustrate the stages and timeline involved in getting a green card after submission of the I-130 and I-485?
Sometime between after the submission and 3 years later, depending on where you live and how you did the case.
All right. 29 Super C.
But generally before
you dated COVID.
Before COVID, it was about a year.
Damn. 29 Super C on YouTube saying, is there a lawsuit for recent presidential temporary immigration executive order that was put in place on June 22nd, 2020?
Which temporary order was that? The June 22nd one.
Yeah, the June
wants
20th.
to tell you.
Yo no sé.
Yo no sé.
Wants to tell you, but he can't.
Okay.
Last
I know.
one from
I would.
I would say the June 22nd one. It would probably be the Brazil one. I think Brazil one
wow.
went. I think Brazil was June 20. There's so many. I don't remember what dates were each one. But if I had to take a guess, June 22nd was Brazil. My recollection is correct. And you have to be outside of Brazil for 14 days before you come to America. So somehow you got to make it to a third country outside of Brazil to get to America. if that's the question.
Okay, last one comes from Tia Passad on YouTube. If I did my biometrics in on February 5th, 2020 and was approved for my combo card, but still have yet to receive it, what can I do?
Follow up, call the 1-800 number, say, hey, where was it sent? Make sure it got sent to the right address. Make sure it wasn't returned. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.